Wow, I've never been to this place before, but I've discovered it for myself a few days ago. Here I am. This is absolutely beautiful. It's called Vasikkavuoma mire, and it's a very, very old place that local people and farmers have gathered hay here for almost 200 years. And it's just absolutely epic with this weather. Oh, look! The swans! Oh my god! I've ordered swans, I've paid for them, and they've delivered. That's nice. Wow! Beautiful nature. And as always, this is your friend Alex from All About Lapland. And actually today I'm still in Lapland, but I'm in Swedish Lapland. So still Lapland, still in the north, but on the Swedish side of the border. And despite the Finnish name, Vasikkavuoma, this is across the border, just by a few dozen kilometers. And wow, what can I say? I'm gonna be traveling here in the north of Sweden for a few days, and I'll be doing some cool videos for you. I actually have quite a free schedule. I don't know yet exactly what things I'm going to show you, but I'm gonna travel here, and I'm gonna do a few live videos, a few pictures that you can see, of course, on All About Lapland Facebook and Instagram channels. But now, as we are in this place, let's go and look around, and I'm gonna tell you what I've learned from this place, and how it's been preserved. So indeed, we are in a wild area near the small city of Pajala, which is that way, and it's right across the border with the Finnish Lapland. So Finland is somewhere that way, and this place has been quite famous, and local people have been cutting hay here for about a few hundred years. And in 1950s, all of these traditions were already gone, and they've used to dry the hay on the fences here, and they've preserved it in these huts. And by late 2000s, most of the huts already collapsed, but they've restored a few of them. So now there is 72 huts in this area out of almost 300 that there used to be. And this place is just enormous. It just goes all the way into like 2 or 3 kilometers. This green grassy field or mire, it just continues all the way there. I've flown a drone and I've seen it's just endless. And we can walk across the mire here and enjoy some views. So let's go there. And as I said, I'm quite on elevation here on the observation tower, and it's quite a pickle to get in, but it's quite nice. So I'm going down there. And by the way, this place is quite amazing. There is like a grill there, several grills that you can just come and make a barbecue. And here there's just some kind of, place where you can escape the wind or something like that, or the bad weather. So now we are in the middle of the summer, and actually today is midsummer day. Like literally today is midsummer on both sides of the border, both in Finland and Sweden. And I've actually attended a midsummer kind of celebration in one of the small villages around here. I didn't do a live from there because I didn't feel like, disturbing the authenticity of that village celebration. So I just hung around and see what people are doing, and it was quite nice actually. I wanted to buy some snacks there, but the thing is, this party was organized by locals, and they only had the Swedish cash there, and I didn't have any Swedish cash because in most of the places you can just pay with card, but that was the only time I just couldn't, because I didn't have the paper Swedish money. Anyway, it was a really nice cafe there at the village. So now we're going forward. Wow, look at this view, and look at these colors. This is just so intense. Green and blue, and some amazing skies. And it's actually quite warm. It's think it's about 22, 23 degrees centigrade, and the sun is it feels quite warm, and I'm quite well dressed because of the mosquitoes, so otherwise I wouldn't need the coat or anything like that. But in the forest there, mosquitoes ate me alive just down there. When you go from the parking for the forest, they're like so that's why I'm wearing some more clothes. But actually it would be nice to just here on the open area there is wind, so it kind of repels the mosquitoes, and not all of them but most of them, so it feels nice. It actually feels hot for Lapland. We're finally going to have a really warm weekend, up to 27, 28, 29 degrees centigrade, maybe even 30 somewhere down south, which hasn't happened yet for this summer. It's been quite cool. It's been like 22 maximum, a bit like today. But in this next few days, it's gonna warm up quite significantly. And of course, I'll be here on the Swedish side of Lapland showing you things around. So let's see some things around. So in the 1950s, locals have stopped doing hay here for apparently some other reasons, like people going to the cities and stuff like that, and abandoning their lifestyles. And this area, it kind of grew with lots of vegetation, and it wasn't the same as before. It was almost for 50 years it was abandoned. So in the end of 2000s, they've restored this place, they've restored the barns, and they've actually started cutting the grass again. You can see that it's quite flat here, so they're cutting the grass. I'm not sure what they're doing with the grass. I hope that they really use it for, you know, agricultural purposes. Oh wow, look at that. This is like I have to pull out my camera and just capture this moment. Sorry guys, it's gonna take just a few seconds, but I'm just stunned by the beauty of this place and this barn. There we go, almost there. There we go. So now I have this barn pictured. Well, actually any kind of wow, this is also quite amazing. So you can pick a side, a location, and you can just keep on taking pictures, and that side as well. So this is the side where all of the barns are just disappear into the distance, a few dozen of them in that location. And again, the weather could not be better these days. It's just the weather forecast is absolutely awesome. So quite a nice week to travel. So we have India joining online. Nice to see you. So I'm Alex from All About Lapland, and today I'm in Swedish Lapland, and actually the next days also we'll be here somewhere exploring some new places for myself and for you as well. So this is quite amazing. So once again, if you're joining the stream, this is a mire, so like a big field, which is called Vasikkavuoma, and despite the Finnish name, it's in Sweden, and actually they have quite a big influence from Finnish language here in this area. There are many places that still, well, always bear Finnish names, or in some cases the Sami names, so the name from the language of the indigenous peoples that populate northern Scandinavia. So these are the fences that they, well, not the same exact one, of course. These are newer built, but this is the one of the type of fences that they used for drying the hay. And once it was dry, it was stored here in these barns. And this is where it goes into like infinity. Like you can see there's so many of them, and there is another open field just behind that forest. There's another open field like where we are right now, and these barns just continue. And now we can inspect one of the barns. So here we have a window, or it's like a ventilation thing. It's actually not a window. It's like a king of Sweden visiting this place in 2014, 1st of September 2014. And this is the kind of plate to remember that. Well, it's my first time here, as I'm sure is yours. So we are discovering new places. But wow, look at this! Look at these views and the clouds. Everything is just perfect. No rain, just sunny days. So here we have a empty barn. Oh, there is a kind of an echo and some water below it. So this is where they would store the hay inside when it was dried. And there is actually a birdhouse over here. I guess it feels like it's empty, but it's there. So now we are halfway through the mire. So most of this area here, it's like a forest, like a kind of a not very tall one, but very dense one. So there's lots of trees and stuff like that. And there are also the bog areas, which are really wet. Like there is lots of water as well. And then you have from time to time these mires. So this is somewhere between the wetland and the forest with some stuff growing here. There are no trees except a few islands that are a little bit higher, where you have a few like islands with trees and stuff like that. So in this sense, this is kind of interesting. You don't see so many of these areas, at least not so large ones. There are of course smaller ones. And if you go north from here, you will go to Kiruna and Abisko. And I still haven't been to Abisko, so I hope that on this trip I will go to Abisko, which is in the north of Sweden. And it's about 3-hour drive from here. And actually in wintertime, I quite often came to this area, not on this particular open field, but crossing the border from Finland, going into Sweden, following the highways that go inland. And that was done in order to find clear skies. So on the nights when it was in winter time, of course, not now. Now we don't see northern lights because there is so much light. But in winter time, quite often, the only place to find clear skies and see auroras was here in Swedish Lapland. So I've made numerous trips, like many trips. And that's because of this kind of weather patterns and clear skies that can be found here. And despite that, I never went to Abisko or northern parts of that. So maybe it will be still on this trip, maybe on another trip. I'm not sure yet. And you'll also find out. But I've learned about this place through social media, and I decided to just drop a visit here. I don't have, as I said, I don't have a huge plan for things. I'm just going one step at a time, one day at a time. And now I'm arriving to the other side. So this wooden path that I'm walking took me to the opposite side of the mire. And let's see what we have here. So quite conveniently, they made another fireplace over there on the other side, and there is even some firewood. Unfortunately, I'm not staying for lunch. I wish I would have taken some things for me to grill here, because that would be a really nice place to have lunch. But maybe another time I'll earmark this place, and some other time I might go for lunch here. And now we are actually meeting the place where the mire ends and the forest starts. So you can see that it kind of turns into a small forest with tiny little trees, and then it goes into a bigger forest. So there is actually quite a nice map of the area. So you see it's huge. It's I don't know how many kilometers across. I would say like 4, 5 maybe. So this is where you park your car. This is where I walked and I was eaten by mosquitoes. This is where I started from the tower and I showed you around, and now I'm just crossing this way. But you know, there is still so much stuff there, and I guess you could go there by car or something like that. But anyway, this is the main spot. This is where we are right now, and this is the place, Vasikkavuoma. And if you want to read the description, I'll just pan on this text, and you can pause later and read the text. So there is one text, and there is another one, the valuable nature. So you can pause and read that. So apparently the path goes even deeper into the forest, but I don't think I'll go there. I'll just stay in this area and just take a look around from another side. Wow, it looks totally awesome. Very, very kind of picturesque. And as somebody said on the chat, let me see who it was. Bruce said it looks like a painting. Exactly. Wow. So here we have some. Oh, this is wet. There is this bounces because it's like watery. So here you have an Instagrammable place where you can stand and have your picture taken off with that view. And yeah, this is where the barns continue into this mire. It's at least 3 or 4 kilometers that way. As far as the eyes can see, you have these barns, and here you have the barbecue place, which is quite nice, and some firewood. Wow, this is perfect. Look at that. Just having some nice snack here with a view, and it's nice and windy, not so much mosquitoes, not as much as in the forest. And this is the tower where I started the stream over there with a view. So quite a beautiful sight. And we have some forest behind there. Nice. Just some wind, bird chirping. Beautiful. All right, hope you've enjoyed this place as much as I have, and I certainly have enjoyed this place. And keep our Facebook and Instagram pages bookmarked. It's called All About Lapland, so go there and press some magic notification button, and you will see together where my trip takes me further here in Swedish Lapland. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.